The Roane Isle mystery. The fog hung thick over the churning sea as Clara navigated her small boat towards Roane Isle, a place rumored to be cursed. She had heard the stories whispered in the coastal taverns, tales of sailors who had vanished without a trace and strange lights flickering along the shoreline at night. But Clara was not afraid. She was determined to uncover the truth. As she approached the island, the jagged cliffs loomed ominously, and the once vibrant vegetation appeared desolate, twisted, and brown. Clara secured her boat and stepped onto the rocky beach, the sand cool and damp beneath her feet. The air was heavy with salt and mystery. She followed a narrow path leading inland, her heart racing with anticipation. The trees whispered secrets as the wind threaded through their gnarled branches. After a short while, she stumbled upon an old, crumbling mansion, its windows boarded up, ivy creeping over the stones like fingers trying to reclaim the structure. Clara's curiosity outweighed her apprehension as she pushed open the creaking door. Inside, the air was stale, thick with dust, and the floorboards groaned under her weight. Faded portraits lined the walls, their subjects' eyes seemingly following her every move. She shivered, brushing off the chill that crept down her spine. Exploring the mansion, Clara found remnants of a life once lived, broken furniture, scattered papers, and a grand piano covered in dust. Among the debris, she discovered a journal, its pages yellowed with age. As she flipped through it, she uncovered tales of the island's last resident, Lady Evelyn Roane, a woman known for her reclusive nature and rumored to have dabbled in dark arts. The journal spoke of a hidden treasure buried somewhere on the island, a treasure that was said to grant unimaginable power to its possessor. Intrigued, Clara decided to search for it, hoping to unravel the mystery that had ensnared Roane Isle. As she ventured deeper into the woods, the atmosphere grew heavier, almost palpable. Shadows danced between the trees, and Clara felt as if she were being watched. Suddenly, she stumbled upon a clearing where the remnants of an old well stood. The journal had mentioned this place, describing it as a pivotal point in Lady Evelyn's life. Clara peered into the well, its depths shrouded in darkness. As she leaned closer, a glint of metal caught her eye. She reached in, fingers brushing against something cool and smooth. With a firm grasp, she pulled out an ornate box covered in intricate carvings. Her heart raced as she opened it, revealing a shimmering gemstone, pulsating with a strange light. In that moment, a gust of wind swept through the clearing, and Clara felt a presence beside her. She turned, gasping as she saw a figure emerging from the shadows. Translucent apparition of Lady Evelyn, her expression a mix of sadness and longing. "Leave this place," the ghostly figure whispered, her voice echoing with a haunting melody. "The treasure is a curse, not a gift. It binds the souls of the island to its shadows." Clara's heart pounded in her chest. She realized the stories she had heard were true. The treasure was the source of the island's darkness, holding the spirits of those who had come before her captive. With determination, Clara closed the box and placed it back in the well. "I will free you," she vowed, knowing she had to break the cycle. She gathered her courage and recited a passage from the journal, an incantation, meant to release the souls bound to the island. As she spoke the words, the air crackled with energy, and the shadows began to swirl around her. Lady Evelyn's spirit smiled, a look of gratitude crossing her ethereal features. In a blinding flash, the shadows dissipated, and Clara felt a warm light surround her. When she opened her eyes, the island had transformed. The trees were vibrant, and the air was filled with the sound of birdsong. The curse had been lifted. Clara returned to her boat, her heart lighter than when she had arrived. As she sailed away from Roane Isle, she glanced back one last time, catching a glimpse of Lady Evelyn standing at the edge of the forest. No longer a shadow, but a gentle spirit at peace. The island was free, and its mysteries had finally found their resolution. As Clara navigated her boat away from Roane Isle, a sense of calm washed over her. The once ominous landscape now appeared serene, the vibrant greens of the trees glistening under the sun. She could hardly believe the transformation that had taken place, and the weight of the island's dark past felt like a distant memory. However, as she approached the horizon, a flicker of doubt crept into her mind. Had she truly released the souls of the island, or was there something more lurking beneath the surface? Her heart fluttered with a mix of hope and trepidation, and she resolved to return to the mainland and uncover more about the history of Roane Isle and its enigmatic inhabitants. Once ashore, Clara wasted no time. She visited the local library, poring over dusty old maps and historical records. She learned that Roane Isle had once been a thriving community, home to fishermen and their families. Lady Evelyn Roane was not just a recluse. She was a healer, revered for her knowledge of herbs and nature. But everything changed when a devastating storm struck the island, claiming the lives of many, including Evelyn's family. Grief-stricken and isolated, she had turned to dark practices, seeking power to bring them back, which ultimately led to the curse. Clara realized that while she had freed the spirits, there was still a story that needed to be told, one that could illuminate the truth about Roane Isle and its tragic past. With newfound determination, she began writing a book, weaving together history, folklore, and her own experiences on the island. Her goal was to honor Lady Evelyn's memory and the lives lost, ensuring that the island would no longer be remembered as a place of fear, but rather as a testament to resilience and redemption. As Clara delved deeper into her research, she became somewhat of a local celebrity. People flocked to hear her tales of the island, captivated by the mystery that had surrounded it for so long. She organized a community event, inviting locals and visitors alike to share their stories and connect over the island's rich history. One evening, as she prepared for the event, Clara received an unexpected visitor. An elderly woman approached her, eyes sparkling with curiosity and wisdom. "I heard about your work, dear. You speak of Roane Isle with such passion. But tell me, do you truly believe the curse is lifted?" Clara paused, the question lingering in the air. "I believe I released the spirits, but I wonder if the island still holds secrets of its own." The woman nodded knowingly. "There are places in this world where time bends, where echoes of the past linger. You may have freed the souls, but the essence of their stories remains." Intrigued, Clara asked the woman about her own connection to the island. With a wistful smile, she revealed that she was a descendant of one of the original island families, and had grown up hearing tales of Lady Evelyn and the mysteries of Roane Isle. She spoke of a hidden chamber within the mansion, a place that had never been explored, said to hold the true heart of the island's magic. With her curiosity piqued, Clara asked the woman to guide her to the chamber. The following day, armed with flashlights and a sense of adventure, they returned to the mansion. The air was thick with anticipation as they navigated through the familiar hallways. Finally reaching a section of the house that had been long forgotten, they discovered a door hidden behind a tattered tapestry, its hinges rusty and worn. Clara's heart raced as they pushed it open, revealing a dimly lit room filled with artifacts from the island's past. Old maps, books, and a large, intricately carved altar at its center. As they explored the chamber, Clara felt a surge of energy, as if the very essence of the island enveloped her. They found a collection of letters and journals written by Lady Evelyn herself, detailing her struggles, her love for her family, and her ultimate desire to protect the island from harm. In one journal, Clara found a passage that struck her deeply. "The true power lies not in controlling life or death, but in understanding and embracing the cycle of existence." With newfound clarity, Clara realized that the island's history was not only about curses and darkness, but also about love, loss, and the enduring spirit of those who had called it home. She felt compelled to share this revelation with the world. Upon returning to the mainland, Clara poured her heart into completing her book, ensuring that it would encapsulate not only the mysteries of Roane Isle, but also its legacy of resilience and hope. As the book went to print, she felt a sense of fulfillment, knowing that she had connected the past with the present and given a voice to those who had been silenced for so long. The launch event was set for a crisp autumn evening, and Clara invited the community to gather and celebrate not just the book, but the spirit of Roane Isle. On the night of the launch, the local bookstore was filled with eager readers, friends, and family. Clara stood at the front, her heart pounding with excitement and nerves. She spoke passionately about her journey, how a simple quest for truth had turned into a profound exploration of the human spirit. As she shared her experiences on Roane Isle, the room felt charged with energy, as if the island itself was present, listening and watching. After her reading, Clara opened the floor to questions. The elderly woman who had guided her to the hidden chamber raised her hand. "What do you think Lady Evelyn would say if she were here tonight?" she asked, her voice filled with warmth. Clara smiled, reflecting on the countless hours she had spent pondering that very question. "I believe she would be grateful. Grateful that her story is no longer shrouded in fear, but embraced as a part of our shared history. She wanted to be remembered, not as a sorceress, but as a healer, a woman who loved fiercely and lost deeply." The audience erupted in applause, and Clara felt a wave of joy wash over her. As the evening continued, people shared their own connections to the island. Stories that intertwined with Clara's narrative. It was a night of healing, of communal remembrance. Weeks passed, and Clara's book took off, gaining attention not just locally but nationally. The tales of Roane Isle sparked renewed interest in the island, with historians and curious adventurers eager to explore its shores. Clara was invited to speak at events, sharing her journey and the importance of understanding the past to shape a brighter future. One evening, as Clara sat in her cozy writing nook, she received an unexpected email. It was from a historian who had been researching Roane Isle for decades. He had uncovered a map indicating that there might be more hidden chambers on the island, places untouched by time, possibly still holding remnants of Lady Evelyn's life and the community that once thrived there. Excitement surged within Clara. She knew she had to return to Roane Isle, not just to seek out these new discoveries, but to reconnect with the spirit of the place that had changed her life so profoundly. She reached out to the elderly woman who had guided her before, and together they planned a return trip. When they arrived on the island, Clara felt an almost magnetic pull towards the mansion. The air was crisp, and the atmosphere felt alive with potential. They ventured once again into the old structure, the memories of their previous exploration flooding back. Following the map's markings, they discovered a set of stairs leading down to a basement that had been concealed for years. The air grew cooler as they descended, and Clara felt a sense of anticipation mixed with trepidation. At the bottom, they found a wooden door, intricately carved but heavily weathered. With a deep breath, Clara pushed the door open. Inside, they found a room filled with artifacts, old tools, pottery, and remnants of daily life from the island's past. But what caught Clara's eye was a large, ornate mirror standing against the far wall, its surface cloudy with age. As they approached the mirror, Clara felt an inexplicable connection to it. She reached out, wiping away the dust with her hand. The reflection that stared back at her was not just her own. It seemed to shimmer with the essence of the island, a blend of past and present. Suddenly she heard a whisper, soft yet clear, echoing through the room. "Remember," it said, "the past is a part of you, as you are a part of the past." Clara closed her eyes, feeling the weight of those words resonate within her. She understood now that Roane Isle was more than an abandoned place. It was a tapestry of lives interwoven through time, a lesson in love, loss, and the enduring nature of the human spirit. With a newfound sense of purpose, Clara vowed to continue her work. She would not only write about the past, but advocate for the island's preservation, ensuring that its stories would be told for generations to come. Together with the historian and the local community, she began plans to establish an Roane Isle heritage site, creating a space where visitors could learn, reflect, and honor the lives that once thrived there. As Clara stood before the mirror, she felt a sense of closure and a promise of new beginnings. Roane Isle would no longer be known as a cursed place, but as a beacon of hope, a reminder that even in the shadows, light can be found, and stories of the past can guide us towards a brighter future.